Drinkin Bro. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ross,
boy.
what are you doing over there?
Matt, you know what? I can smell a hero tonight. I can smell a hero through the phone. Is there a hero over there?
We have a special podcast tonight, you know. We're missing Rocco and JT, but we have Mr. Evan Hafer.
Right. But wait, Matt.
The man himself.
Yeah, Evan is not the guy I smell. Like, I smell a real hero over there. Is there a fucking hero over there?
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck Evan.
Yep. Absolutely.
We have the one and only Clint. Clint. I say Clint.
Yeah.
Clint Romesha
Been called
today.
way worse.
A whiskey drinking
we got
brother.
a big hero on the show tonight.
Yep.
Wow.
You know,
At all of 5'5".
He fills my heart full of love.
He feels a lot. He feels a lot of hearts full of love. Is what he does. Welcome, Clint. How are you?
Hey, doing great. Good to be here.
Last time I talked to you was during the movie, during
Dude,
Range 15. You were one of the stars of our little flick.
Range.
I was. It was a pretty freaking epic time down there recording our Range 15 and drinking beer and having some fun with the guys.
You're goddamn right it was. People still quote your line all the time.
It was fucking debaucherous.
Yeah.
That's the good part of it.
Well, I mean, I was impressed no one got arrested or disappointed in the same fashion.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. We almost had an arrest on set, but we did not. So I feel like, Evan, you should have fell on that one. You should have got arrested.
Well, I almost did. They had me at gunpoint. They had me held down. They went through all my pockets.
That's true. I forgot
And
about that.
they were actually getting ready to arrest me as a terrorist because I was driving around in a Humvee with a turret, and the cops came in because there was a bunch of shooting. Ross Patterson, I'm not going to say who, but
Ross Patterson.
Was it Ross Patterson? Was it Ross Patterson who shot?
Oh, yeah, it was Ross Patterson.
Right,
It was
under the bus
Ross
he goes.
Patterson.
Yeah.
And so they rolled me up, and it was pretty interesting because I got this pocket knife in my pocket most of the time, and these
Which
fucking
is
dudes,
not California
we all do.
legal. You're not allowed to have anything sharp
they
in the state of
they
California.
about fucking executed me right there on the street. They were just going to line me up. They're like, "This is a 4-inch blade. We have a full execution law here in California for 4-inch blades." And then I was like, "Wait, I know Matt best." And then they're like, "Whoa, hold
Bullshit.
on,
No, they
hold
said
the fuck
who?
on."
They said who? They didn't even know who it was. They're like, R15 clothing, black rock. Never heard of it.
Never heard of him.
He only uses one T.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is, Evan,
We
you
have a
always
special
carry
show
a
today.
4-inch blade on you at all times. So that's
his dick.
Yeah.
that's what you
It's
call
more like
your
a laser
penis. You
pointer.
call your
Yeah,
penis the
it cuts
4-inch
through
blade.
Laser pointer. That laser pointer. But I call it blade just for short because I'm a huge fan of snipes.
Yeah,
Right,
Blade,
and it's a
you're
laser
a big
pointer.
fan
Yeah.
of the Blade Trinity.
You put it in
huge
dudes' mouths,
fan.
but never in their eyes. It's rude
Yeah.
to put a laser in their eyes, but
Absolutely.
the mouth is okay.
And
It
only
makes
at dark.
It glow. It's
It's
glowing.
only at dark. Only after dark.
Hell yeah, Ross! I'm excited. We're hanging out. Clint came in town today, and it was like, let's have a podcast and get people to know Clint. If you don't already know him, then go fuck yourself. And then Evan's covering down because JT had to go fly and do business. Rocco's doing business. The crew is busy, but we're here to have a foursome. We're gonna do some fucking sponsors, and we're gonna butt fuck this episode. You know?
Yeah, we are. We've got
I'm
Clint
excited.
on. We've got a
Fucking
Medal
love
of
it.
Honor recipient here. For those of you at home who don't know, that's more important than Kevin Costner's position in The Bodyguard.
Well, hold on, Ross. We were talking.
know.
Clint and I were
That's-
talking about this earlier. I mean, I do have an Archon with V device, and
He
his
does.
Medal of Honor does not have a V device. So, I mean,
Well,
I'm almost there, Clint.
hey, look, you
13
want to
more
treat him like
steps.
Rosa Parks? Tell him to get to the back of the
Okay.
bus. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, not at all, man. Clint, if you read his story, and we'll talk about his new book too, he's a fucking stud. And I know it's hard for a dude in his position to admit that, but if you read what went down, all that stuff, he's a fucking stud. He's a team player. He's a whiskey drinking badass. So we consider him more than Freddy's family. So we're happy to have you on, dude.
Fantastic.
And
Well,
amazing
pretty
beer.
Clint, how this show works is remarkably, we've got some sponsors who sponsor this thing to be live across the airwaves. The first one is Sofleet. You can say Sofleet, you can say Sofleet. You can be a little tiny athlete, or you can be a Sofleet. Evan Hafer, what is Sofleet? Why don't you get and tell the listeners?
Oh, Sofleet. So Sofleet is both programming and supplements for those who are preparing for a special operations selection and or that just want to prepare to be badasses in general. So they
Functional
do
training is the way I look at that program.
It is. It's like it's like a
not-
legitimate CrossFit.
It's like not like CrossFit. We're trying to be the best at exercising. Where you're like, this is applicable physical skills that you could actually directly associate to being like a dynamic individual.
A real.
That sounds good though.
Hey, if you're going to
It's
get
a hell of a
pounded in the
slogan.
surf, you know,
Right.
if you're going to get
Yep.
in the surf with a bunch of dudes, you're going to go train to be a SEAL, and you're going to use that
Yes.
with Sofleet programming.
You can't
know?
you can't make
If
fun of
you're-
sponsors because you're
If-
great friends with the owner, Evan.
I love Sofleet. We've got a ton of their supplements here in the office. Brent is an amazing American, fantastic MARSOC Marine, and they've got great programming and great supplements. Amazing guys.
Yeah, and it's SOFLETE.com. You can go through for all their amazing supplements, all their workout programs. If you want to be as big as Matt Best, why don't you go ahead and download some of their workout programs and get loose. Oh, we got one of my newest faves to the show. I'm talking about broque.co. That's BROQUET.co. What do they have? They've got gifts for dudes. I know what you're thinking. What do I get my dad for his birthday? What do I get him for Christmas? What do I give him for Thanksgiving? What do I give my friends when they have kids? Like, I don't know, because I'm a dude. What does a dude get another dude? It's a weird conversation topic to bring up. Go to broque.co and get some of the coolest shit they have on the planet. You can get wooden crates full of shaving supplies, fucking hot sauces. They've got a little conceal and carry drink concoction kits. They've got some stuff to make some Moscow mules on here. They've got trail mix. They got stuff for your mustaches. They've got literally crates of stuff that will make your mustache stand up. You're hearing me correct on this. That's broque.co. That's BROQUET.co. It's not a com, it's a co. So look, even if you're trying to, maybe tell that special someone in your life, hey, I'd like to take this to another level. What? Oh, you might be gay, but you don't want to come out and say that first. You want to give them a gift box first. This is the place to get your gift box. If you're a new dad, if you're a father, if you want to try a dick for the first time, or you want to send your dad something, or a brother, or a cousin, or that weird uncle who gives you some cash sometimes at Thanksgiving to do some unmentionables underneath the dinner table. Go to broque.co. That's BROQUET.co. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros, and you can get the manliest gifts that has ever been given to another man without being, coy about it. And next up, you know him.
Limber.
I'm all hopped up on him. It's a little strike force. We're calling in the strike force. A little strike
gets
force
excited on that
energy
strike
drink.
force, dog.
It's the tastiest little energy drink in a tin pouch. Kick the can. You don't need a can anymore. You don't need Monster. You don't need Red Bull. You don't need anything. All you need is this little tiny tin pouch. It goes in waters, juices, beers, liqueurs, any type of liquid you can think of. You can also take it rectally. Fun fact, I did it over the weekend. I ran the best 4K of my life on it when I took it rectally.
Listen, hey, you soak a tampon full of fucking Strike Force, insert it for, 13 to 14 minutes. You're running 4Ks like they're going out of style. I mean,
I took it. A buddy of mine took some in a tampon. Gay guy. He went to a gay club. He said he danced for 9 hours straight and found the man of his dreams on it. And that's also an option. You know what I'm saying? So
this episode is how not to promote sponsors.
Yeah.
This is how we're going.
Straight or gay, Strike Force energy gets you where you need to be. It gets you high on life. It can make you run faster. It can make you dance harder. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com.
You put it in your ass, dicks. You went for it.
You can do whatever you want with your dicks. You can go to StrikeForceEnergy.com, type in the promo code Drinkin Bros. You get 20% off of every order. They have a subscription and they ship anywhere in the entire world. Clint, where were you deployed once?
I did some time overseas in Iraq, Afghanistan, Kosovo, Korea, Germany, just a few.
Yeah,
Smidgen.
Just a couple.
Fun fact, Clint, I got an email from a boy in Korea who had ordered some Strike Force. He was rolling rice patties out in the street. He said he was making handmade sushi for his father. His little fingers were tired. He was exhausted all goddamn day. He ordered some Strike Force. They shipped it right to his fucking hut. His fun facts: his dad is now the top sushi salesman in Korea. They ship it
I thought you
anywhere
were
in the
talking
entire
about
world.
Kim Jong-un or something.
Yeah.
He's running North Korea.
You can get it in North or South Korea is what I heard. That's the fucking rumor. If you're in North Korea, you can't listen to the show, but you can order Strike Force.
Clint, fucking Ross's mind is like watching a Rob Zombie horror movie where it doesn't make sense, but there's a lot of weird death.
Yeah.
So you just kind of got to go with it.
Just
you know?
nod your head and smile.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. Hey, Clint, you know what else you got to nod your head and smile at? Is if somebody comes through the door and they're looking to steal your TV because you got a little TartarusOrdnance.com. Boo, 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 boo. That's TartarusOrdnance. They are the leaders, TartarusOrdnance.com, in home defense ammunition. They got guns. They got ammo. They got everything you need to say, I wish a motherfucker would.
Well, I say, come at me, bro, not come on me, bro, and that's I think appropriate for that.
Yeah,
you know?
but let's say somebody
like, come on me, bro, and he's like, what?
Do you think Tartarus would actually change that to come at me, not come on me?
Nah, I think it's come on me still,
Okay,
but like,
Fun fact though, Matt, if somebody does come
Ruining all
on you
the
and you
thoughts
don't
of
want them
the
to
show.
come
I love
on
it.
you can blow them away with some Tartarus ordnance.
come on, guys. Wait, what?
Tartarus, dude.
Whole different demographic you're targeting.
Blow them away.
What did they say? I was gonna make a gay joke, but fuck it. You know?
Oh, there it is. There it is, Matt. Go to TartarusOrdnance.com, type in the promo code Drinkin Bros, get 10% off of every order. If you come on somebody or somebody comes on you, you can celebrate with a little cigar. Go to warfightertobacco.com. Get yourself a hand-rolled cigar. They're made with Cuban seeds, finely rolled in the Dominican Republic. Jennifer Lopez used to smoke them as a child on the block when she was Jenny on the block. If you go to warfightertobacco.com, type in the promo code Drinkin Bros, you get 10% off of every order. They are 100% combat veteran owns. You can put down the fucking hookah and smoke his cigar. Fun fact: all of those guys have been in combat.
I'm starting to see a weird trend, Ross.
President Clinton smoked cigars.
It's weird. It's weird that our fucking sponsors are mostly all veterans. Hashtag
That is weird.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Hashtag awesome.
Fucking awesome.
We've got the best sponsors on the planet. Look, the lead character in At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed will oddly enough in the sequel be a veteran. You're welcome. He fights in the Civil War, taking it back. So you can go, but you can get the first one, At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, the first ever romance novel for dudes, on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, every .com except for Walmart.com. You can't get it there.
Fuck
they
Walmart.
said it's too offensive. So fuck Walmart. Fuck all of them. Last but not least, we got a little bit of Black Rifle Coffee. Evan Hafer, why don't you tell us
Black
a little
Rifle
bit about your
Coffee.
tasty co?
You just been on the podcast a lot tonight.
I know.
You know?
Absolutely. I've been on in the
Fucking
last 3
promoting that
episodes or
stupid
something like
fucking
that.
coffee company of yours.
Oh God, Matt, it's not stupid at all.
I drink it
It's
every day.
amazing.
I
It's
do too.
amazing.
I
So
do.
Evan pays me in t-shirts and free coffee.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
awesome.
it's a great deal for now. I mean, until he starts drinking more coffee, and then it might actually be a bad deal.
Or
But
wearing less t-shirts.
If I drank coffee like I did whiskey, I'd probably put you out of business.
yeah, that I wouldn't have cut that deal whatsoever. So Black Rifle Coffee is here it is, right? It's a premium roast to order coffee company. We roast the finest, freshest coffee in the United States, and we deliver it to your doorstep in the shortest amount of time.
Whoa.
So Black Rifle Coffee, right now, our membership is the only thing you can purchase because, well, you know what? We take care of our members. That's what we do. And so right now you can order the Black Rifle Coffee Club membership and you can use Drinkin or Drinkin. So you could use either one. You're still going to get the discount code.
Which is the best way because Evan has opened up my whole life to what coffee is. And I hate when I feel like I'm just supporting you because you're one of my best friends. But at the end of the day, the coffee's so legit. And when you broke down all that shit, fucking love it. Because if you buy 5 bags of coffee that lasts you 6 months, fuck that. The subscription-based thing, you actually save a fuck ton of money, and it's fresh every time. And the consistency and taste from like 3 weeks out you made me a coffee snob, you fuck.
Yeah,
Wow.
you did.
That's what I do.
I can't even drink Keurig anymore. That's my Keurig, whatever.
Yeah.
My favorite shit too, because I'm a lazy motherfucker. Now I'm over there French pressing at 7 a.m. Like Evan, you fuck.
Evan,
I'm
do you
gonna
guys
convert
have
them all,
K-cups?
Ross.
Hey, by the way, that's a great point. Do
We
you guys
do.
have K-cups?
We do. We do.
Caffeinated as fuck.
I
So
tried to
we
be
got
like you. I
calf
said we.
and just black. So both. We've got both K-cups. And they are, so a little thing that a lot of people don't know about Black Rifle K-Cups is I just went to the guy that won the K-Cup International Tasting Competition a couple years in a row.
Juan Valdez.
And I was like,
Yep, Jonathan,
exactly.
Jonathan Helmsley.
Do you know his name, Clint?
Jonathan
Clint knew
Juan
his name.
Valdez.
I'm
And
impressed.
I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I said, dude, just take my coffee and do it the way that you do. So that's what we did. He developed our K-Cups for us, and I would stack our K-Cups against anybody's in the nation because they are the best.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, okay, and
Well, hell yeah.
last but not least, go to drinkinbrospodcast.com. That's Drinkin Bros, exactly like the show, podcast.com. For all your sweet T-shirt needs. We got the France Press shirt from Jared. We got some Dicks Out for Harambe shirts up in that motherfucker. And then we've got your plain and simple classics, your tri-blends. Go to drinkinbrospodcast.com for all your needs. You can also get a France Press to drink like Jared or make coffee like Evan. Those are on sale now. Grab them while they're hot. In the meantime, Clint, welcome to the motherfucking show. It's an honor to have you here, sir.
It's fucking awesome to be here.
I heard a nasty little rumor that you wrote a fine
it's
piece
true.
of literature. You got a book out right now.
I do. It came out back in, what month is this? Crap, I forgot already. May 3rd it released, called Red Platoon, True Story of American Valor. Wrote the book over the course of about 2 years, and a lot of it came from really what tied it together and made it such a phenomenal story. Is traveled around the country and the 52 other Americans I was there with when October 3rd happened at Cop Keating, where we got overran, where I received the Medal of Honor for actions, being able to go around the country and capture the stories of the guys I was there with and their perspective. And I think you're almost 23 pages into that book before you ever get a mention of my name, which was specifically done because, having the status of being a Medal of Honor recipient, you kind of get the recognition right off the bat from that. But it was those other guys that were there with me that day that, doing the book, I truly felt like capturing their voice, letting their acknowledgments and their actions be recognized through, the printed word and kind of immortalized that way was my way to give back to those guys for saving my ass that day.
I want to suck a fucking bald eagle's dick after that, dude.
Yeah,
Jesus.
fucking A, dude. If that was any more American, Colonel Sanders would have shot out of my dick hole.
No, hey Ross, seriously though, if you get to know Clint, I mean, I forget when I met you, Clint. It's been
It's been,
I don't know, probably a year and a half now.
yeah.
And dude,
Well, I mean, we were both really drunk. And,
yeah, we're always drunk. God damn it.
That's how.
something
By the way,
about Clint-
that starts every story with how you meet Matt. Man, okay, I was
know,
really
right?
drunk.
We were really drunk.
Yeah,
But I
We
will
didn't
say,
make
man,
eye contact.
Clint and I resonate in so many levels, man. We were chilling today at the house, and it was just conversation about like where a lot of the community is, and like people where, and I'm speaking solely for myself at this point, but like where, like I truly believe that he's been put in a position where he didn't necessarily want to be because. You can't always, man.
You don't get to pick what you do sometimes. You're just
exactly.
put in a situation.
And he took it to be the fucking a man and to support his brothers that fucking sacrifice. It's a fucking awesome story. And dude, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. I fucking love you, dude. And like, drink whiskey with y'all. I fucking love it, dude.
yeah. Hey,
Love it.
Hey, Clint. So kind of take me back here. When you won the Medal of Honor, it was for your action.
Awarded. Get with your shit,
When
When you were
Ross.
awarded, hey, look, I'm learning on the fly, and I ain't got wings.
You're not. I don't do that for the military audience because you're a recipient, you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
awarded.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
you didn't win a fucking prize, all right?
No.
You didn't
It
grab a
wasn't a
pack of
lottery.
cool cigarettes and a lottery ticket, and all of a sudden you got the.
Well, look, hey, that's
That's what
a
I did.
great point because to us civilians, it seems like such a high award. We think that you might have been up against like 100 other people, and then you won. They chose you. kind of break that down for the audience of how one even gets it. I think that would be helpful.
So the way the awards process works, it actually comes, and it sounds crazy nowadays. You have to have two people that witness you do whatever you did.
Okay.
And it can be recommended from a private on the ground or your commander. The recommendation has no rank bearing on it. The other thing is those two people have to be able to read and write English because they have to put in a sworn statement what they saw you do.
Right.
From there, it runs up the chain.
Can I ask a question on that too? Is that based off like the after actions review, or is that like a statement you submit for the actual award?
It's a compilation of the after actions review and the investigation. And like for my case, actually, when everything was done, said and over with, I was initially told they were going to put me in for a DSC, Distinguished Service Cross.
Right.
And, you know, it was one of those things. We still had 9 more months left in country. The concern was making sure, you know, the 8 guys we lost, they got their due. The great guys I was there with, like I said, my lieutenant, first deployment ever. He was on the scene commander that day running everything. My team leader, Larson, you know, just worrying about their awards first. And I got out of the Army never even knowing anything. Transitioned out, heard rumors that, there was going to be a DSC, maybe, whatever. And it wasn't until I got this random phone call out in the oil fields one day, which was hilarious. Answer the phone from this number that was out of Washington, D.C., which I'll probably never do again.
Perfect.
And as soon as, you know, I pick up the phone and it's this colonel on the other end of the line, and he asked me to identify myself. I do. The first thing I'm thinking is, what are the statute of limitations for anything I've ever done? I'm in so much fucking trouble.
I'm fucked.
Fuck. I've been out for almost a year now. They caught me finally. And, you know, they basically told me, hey, look, you need to come to D.C. We got something to tell you. We can't tell you over the phone. And I told him, I was like, look, I don't have enough vacation days saved up yet, so I'll get there when I can. And I hung up on him.
No way.
I fucking love this.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not every day you get to hang up on a colonel and not get fucking called into the commander's office after. And so it was like 2 weeks later, and, you know, the only thing I can think of, I called up my old lieutenant, I called up my old commander. They didn't hear anything, and, you know, kind of thought it's like, all right, I'm just going to go to the Pentagon real quick. They'll hand me a DSC, shake my hand. I'll be on my way. Life will be back to what it was. And they flew me out to D.C. I show up. I got a full bird colonel, full uniform dress waiting there for me, which was awesome because I took my time getting off the plane and I smoked a cigarette and made him wait even longer.
Fuck you. Dude, enlisted to the bone, Clint. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
You know, and we strolled to the Pentagon and I'm like, all right, cool. Never been in this building. Never want to be in this building. And like we blow past security and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like I'm still dragging my carry-on bag and the security guy takes it. Oh, we got this. And all of a sudden you got all these colonels and generals just fawning over you like, oh, appreciate
Clint?
it. Thank you. So Clint
Dang it.
Romesha. Oh, it's obviously you don't know me, sir. You mispronounced my name, you jackass. And
That's me.
Romesha.
How do you say that?
Who bit a ha?
Who? And so, of course, you know, the Army being the Army, we go into this big room, huge conference table. They've got a PowerPoint slide already freaking up on the board. Gotta love it. And I sat down at the head of the table and they just start yakking and I'm like Charlie Brown in a freaking class. I'm not hearing shit. And I look down and there's
Such a good story.
3 posters in front of me, and one's Sal Junta, the first living recipient of the medal from Afghanistan. The next one's Leroy Petrie.
Shout out to Leroy. Fucking amazing dude.
Hey, Leroy, clap.
Oh, shit. You got a bionic arm.
And one was Sergeant Sabo, a Vietnam posthumous. And it's all, you know, Medal of Honor, Medal of Honor, Medal of Honor. And I'm sitting there, and I don't know if I was staring at those pictures for 5 seconds or 20 minutes. And I finally kind of look up, and I called the timeout, and I'm like, hey, guys, what the fuck is this? And, of course, gotta love the officer corps. One of the colonels looks over at me. He's like, you don't know Sergeant Romesha? I look at him. I'm like, I wouldn't ask the question if I fucking knew, sir. And another one chimes in that says, well, you know, you're going to be receiving the Medal of Honor. And I say, for what? I was like, I got put in for a DSC, so that doesn't add up. And they're like, well, you've been recommended for upgrade, and short of the president signing the award, you will be receiving the Medal of Honor. And I kind of looked at it again, and it's like, for fucking what? I was like, I did the exact same job that I know deep down in my heart any other soldier would have done that day. There was 8 guys that never came home.
I
They gave
wouldn't
up.
say any other soldier, but
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
okay.
it just, it goes back to timing. You don't get to pick and choose, but it's one of those moments where, you know what, we know deep down inside what right is, and when action needs to take. And I thought it was just stupid. It's like, who the hell would think about, hey, let's lead a counterattack when we're getting overran by 300 guys? That's fucking stupid. But it worked out.
Right. I will say this, man. I think going forward, and a lot of the guys that have been in the community for a while, like Evan and me for a little bit, I think what a judgment of character is, and I think maybe you can attest to this, Evan, is not necessarily of like defining your life by one day. And I think a lot of people tend to do that. They go, hey, man, I got this. I won this. I got the Bronze Star, whatever the case is. But it's like, prove your actions going forward and using that as like almost like a foundation and a basis to continue to do good things.
Yeah.
And that's why I have such a fucking an amount of reverence for you, because you consistently try to do the right thing. And like, you're not going to be fucking perfect, dude. None of us are. I fuck up every single day. But like, you're always out there like, hey, this did this for me. How can I use this to fucking help my bros who are making $9 an hour at this fucking job? Like, let's get you out from your fucking crazy life to go hunt and all this shit we talked about saying. It's fucking rad, man. And I think there needs to be more leaders in the community like you. So
Right.
I hope you know that we all value and all that, aside from all the other craziness. Because Ross, I don't think you know, and we spoke with a lot of MOH guys. Like, it's a blessing and a burden. Like, you literally overnight say, be this person, and people judge the fuck out of you, dude.
Yeah, and I guess
a Medal of Honor recipient shouldn't have a fucking beard, and you're like, what? Like, what? I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, wear this thing the entire way up into the
That
ceremony.
mustache is glorious.
So Clint, but that takes me back to your book. What year did you receive the award? What year was that?
I received it in February 2013 for actions on October 3rd, 2009. So there is, a little lag in there between, it's not like it happens overnight.
No, absolutely. But I'm curious as to what made you want to tell the story now. Was it hard to go back and look at on that time? Or did you feel like now was the right time to tell your story?
It actually came from a lot of the guys I served with and the families of the guys we lost, because all they really had to hold on to of the story was the redaction of the 15-6.
Yep.
Jake Tapper had done the book The Outpost, but it was, a third-person perspective of doing it. He covered a lot of great history of The Outpost, did a very good job of that, but as veterans, I think if we don't tell our story, someone else is going to do it. And when they do it, they might not
potentially misrepresent that.
Absolutely. And like I said, it was from the guys that said, hey, look, you've got an opportunity. You should write a book, tell our stories. And I said, well, if I'm going to do it, you guys are going to participate. And because of their participation is, really what kicked it off.
That's what's amazing. You didn't just say, I'm writing a book. You went around, interviewed the soldiers, the family, the whole
Well, that's
nine.
because the publisher wouldn't let me just do a coloring book, so we had to have context in it.
That was Clint's original point. I wanted a color book.
color.
I wanted to pop out things.
I wanted a coloring book, or I wanted to choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
I thought that would be pretty sweet. It's like, oh no,
that's your page. Book, Evan. You make a fucking color book. It'd be called Clowns in Action.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to write. But yeah, I will second what Matt said, which is, we've talked to, gosh, I don't know how many guys over the past couple years, at least. I'm not lumping you and me in the same category, but as far as humility and what you've done, what you've accomplished, and the people that I've come into contact, one of the biggest things I respect about Clint is like, you would never know. Like you would absolutely never know. You have to pull it out of him. Like, hey, what exactly did you do? So, and I'm not saying that everybody is like that, but you'll definitely know, like the guys that have maybe done some weird award and they're like, hey, I've got the Arcom and I'm badass, dude.
You're like me when I just throw it out there.
But that's one of the things that struck me about Clint, first of all, which was like he is absolutely one of the most humble people. And so when he says, no, this is a good book, I'm going to listen. I really am. I'm going to listen. I'm going to say, okay, roger that, dude. You're telling me, so I'm going to listen. So just being around you, even for, what we had Range 15 and then the Range 15 premiere and then now here. He's just a regular
That's
dude.
the fucking
It's a regular dude.
Yeah. Like if you weren't, I would fucking probably talk shit. But
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, the fact that like someone in your position that gets judged so much just jumped on Range 15 of how aggressive that script was
Right.
fucking awesome, dude. Like, anyways, I guess we're talking
Enlisted-
more like we're talking friends in an inner circle right now.
Enlisted to the bone.
Yeah,
Like you just said,
enlisted
like
to the
he
motherfucking
is
bone.
fucking enlisted
Like I said,
to the
that was one of the
bone,
greatest
bro.
phone calls I got from JT. It's like, hey, you want to be in this movie? It's like, yep, all right, cool. It's like, oh, fucking negotiations
Really?
over.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all we need.
Jared. We
Yeah.
miss him. You know?
That's always Jared, by the way.
He's the man.
Yeah, and you, by the way, you and Leroy, everybody loves in the movie. Like, that's what we hear the most of. It's I can't believe those guys did that movie.
I think we need to blow an extremity off of, not blow him, but blow an extremity off
Right.
of Clint.
Right.
Because Leroy lost his other hand.
No,
so,
you know what's funny? I think in the sequel, like, Leroy should just start losing legs. So, like, every movie he keeps losing something. Clint is totally fine, and he's just like, oh, God. Leroy,
it's like a
can you
Monty
get your shit
Python
together?
movie. Yeah, it's like a Monty Python movie.
I don't know if you know the extent of Leroy was not my company, but he went to Deco, and one of my best friends, I won't say his last name, Daniel, went over from my squad. He grew up in San Luis Obispo, and I'm from Santa Barbara. So when he first came to fucking Alpha, first platoon, I was like, oh shit, dude, we hit it off, and we did, I think, 2 deployments together. And then that last one, he went to Deco with Leroy. Well, Leroy got the MOH for saving Daniel's life, and Gather Cole, who was also, we went out partying like the day before he left. But it's always that weird mixture in this community. And even Evan and I, we were telling a story today, and we resonated. It was like, holy fuck, you know this dude? Like, you worked in the office with him, I worked in the office with him. So it's kind of cool to see how small the community is, and to see all these guys doing fucking awesome things, man. It motivates me to be better than my drunk shit show self every day. So
That's absolutely not true.
And
He's
Clint,
he is not a drunk shit show. I will attest to that.
Pretty good.
He is not. Now, right now, maybe he's working on it, but not right now. Not all the time.
I got a flight at 5 a.m, so that's gonna be a little brutal.
Yeah, that's in the morning now.
Fuck it, I'll miss it. You know.
Hey,
Southwest
so
is easy to change.
Clint, what's one thing you're hoping that people take away after reading your book?
He's got a nice dick. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a dick.
There's a dick pic in it. Somewhere in the book. There's a dick pic.
Is it really?
No. Well, I mean, yeah. You got to go buy it to find out, though.
That'd be a sweet Easter egg of like, wow, find Clint's dick in the
Oh
book.
shit!
That sounds like our book, Ross. We won't talk about that.
Yeah,
till next year.
exactly.
Right.
But to answer your question, I mean, I really hope, like I said, writing the book with the perspective of the guys and trying to do it in such a way that most people that haven't served can pick it up and they're not flipping back and forth between acronym pages all frickin' day. They can read it and at least get some sort of sliver of, the average American that serves. We come from all different walks of life, all different races, religions, creeds, and we all go put on the same uniform and we all go put, our freedom on the line to serve for others. And it's that brotherly love, that camaraderie that you just don't see unless you do that. And hopefully that'll come across to know what true sacrifice to keep this country free is.
Dude, okay, you just hit on it gave me fucking chills.
Yeah.
I literally have chills.
Oh, look,
now.
you got goose pimples.
Yep.
I do. So it's such a good point you just made. And I think that's why, like, a lot of us that have deployed and done these things, like, we don't fall into these, like, social constructs of racism and prejudice because we don't fucking care. I can say, like, shut up, you're black. Shut up, whitey. Like, it doesn't, like, that's all face value. But at the end of the day, I know when we're fucking getting ambushed, where I don't care if you're Mexican, black, white, fucking Puerto Rican, you're fucking a Christian, you're a fucking Jew. It does not matter to me. I got your back, you got mine.
Yep.
And it's such a hard concept for a lot of people in, like, contemporary American society to wrap their brains around, where, like, they want to. They say racism shouldn't exist. We watch that fucking Black Eyed Peas thing. Like, they're fucking literally fucking influencing racism, but then saying we should all love each other.
Right.
But this part of society is wrong. You're like, dude, none of that fucking matters. Let's just all come to a common goal. We all have different opinions. We all have different preferences. But, like, what's the big goal? Not dying in a fucking firefight and killing a motherfucker that wants to create humanitarian fucking issues and murder kids and rape kids. We can all get on board on that. Right. It's like, for us, I think maybe level thinkers, it's a pretty easy concept, but, like, fuck, man.
It's very straightforward if you just break it down to the bare necessities of it. And That's something I think a lot of the American public doesn't understand, that, veterans kind of get labeled with certain things they do. We're pretty aggressive in just our manner coming back. But I don't think they truly understand that. It's like, we don't go over there because we hate. I mean, you can kind of get a little hatred for those yahoos and the shit they do, but when push
them a little bit.
Yeah, but when push comes to shove, when the bullets are flying, you're not running out to go, save your buddy because you want to go kill that yahoo shooting at you. You're going out because you love that motherfucker so much. You know that it's going to be perpetuated and come back to you.
That was a funny concept we talked about earlier. Not even concept, but actually, like, reality is like when people are like, oh, you're just willing to go over there and murder people. Like, morality is found on an individual level, right? And your actions are based off of, like, I believe what is right and wrong. You go in the whole religious thing of, like, a true gift, all these crazy things. But I'm saying morality. Like, I don't believe that murdering someone in cold blood is correct, right? Pretty much everybody believes that.
Yeah.
But then the people that are judging are the same people that are voting for a fucking politician or whatever, and I'm not going to make this political a little bit, but that are influencing the decisions that make us go fucking deploy. So it's like, if you're a patriot and believe in America, absolutely, I'm deploy from the greater social vote in America.
Right.
Let's go do this, and then I'm going to act on individual, like, morality. So, like, it's hard to, like, when you. And life is not perfect. It's the same thing with law enforcement, where they're like, you shot this dude, throw someone in a fucking in a setting wwhere they have to react in a second's notice to either save their friend, save their life, or kill somebody.
Right.
Make that decision. You can't. They're not. It's a brutal fucking world, man. And for people to sit on a pedestal and judge, please, Evan.
I'll back that up, which is, and not only back it up, but I think we have to go all the way back to the fact that a lot of people, or most people in the United States, think that military guys, they have this, like, recollection of the guy they went to high school with, right?
Right.
He or she is not the same individual. They are not. They go through 8, 12, 16, however many weeks of reforging. They've reformatted DNA at that point. So whoever you knew back in high school, that is not the same guy that is deployed downrange. That is absolutely a different person. They don't understand that jackass that was drinking beers and fucking crashing cars and getting in fistfights in high school that jackassery is directly translated.
It's a refined jackassery.
It's an absolutely refined jackassery. And those guys, we were those guys. Like, and I'll back that up to myself, which was, I was that guy. I had, 20 some different fights in high school. I was a fuck up. The military, what it did was it reforged DNA and refined my energy to a specific point. And it's not hatred, which was, I loved the Army. I loved the Army. And when I say love, I still do. And so when I came out of that experience at, 18 and a half years, I was a different individual. And I think a lot of people don't understand the context in which those people have reformatted their DNA, they've deployed overseas, they love their country, but more importantly, the guy to their left and right, they became my family.
Yeah. But see, and that's the hard point that gets across, right? There's a social construct where it says that, like, I know what a military guy is.
Right.
It's that fucking, left dress, right dress, which is like the more and more you fucking envelop yourself in the military and community, it's not that way, dude. You have dudes that are writing emo songs, creating fucking paintings and all this shit. They're normal people. It's a niche part of society that just exists in, like, a separate demographic. They're the same as everybody else, but they serve their country, and it sucks that that's what we're painted these days.
Yeah, and I think that it's, I hate to say that conscription would be needed in order to cross-pollinate that experience to a point where it would be beneficial to society, but ultimately...
Yeah,
dinner's done.
Dinner's done. Ultimately, that's what it would take. I mean, it's a volunteer force, right? So guys that are standing up and raising their hand and taking a commitment to the Constitution at 18 years old, you might not understand exactly what that means, but I'll tell you what, after your first deployment to Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever fucking shithole you deployed to, you know exactly what that means.
Right.
And you know exactly what the forfeiture of liberty and in freedom, what that takes in order to put this thing, this big machine. It breaks you out
of that fucking thinking where you're like, life is great. Listen, and it's a fucked up mentality and a macabre sense of fucking outlook. But at the end of the day, humanity is pretty disgusting. I talk about it all the time. When you see free humanity. It is a dark, disgusting power. Like everybody wants to be powerful, and it's just like I think when you share those experiences with your brothers and that, like you find a sense of like humility and a sense of purpose. Where you're like, I never want, if I have kids, to be in that position. I never want my family to be in that position. I don't want, my wife to be in that position. I'm going to be I just want to exist and live a happy life. So I think it gives purpose. So I think a lot of people won't understand that. Does that make sense to you at all, Ross?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're getting all philosophical over here. Mainly Evan with that fucking.
Sorry, guys.
No, but it's like, look, you have a guy like Clint on the show, and you want to ask these questions. You want to talk about these type of topics. That award in particular holds so much weight to so many people that it's like, once you start talking about this, you really want to get going. Like, look, there's 1,000 questions I want to ask. I don't know how much time you have here, Clint, but
Thursday.
Okay, perfect.
Best answer ever.
Thursday. In the book, I'd love to know, something about what Matt touched on earlier. Is it a burden, kind of, to carry this around with you? Like, is there so many expectations placed on you and the award that going through your day-to-day life, it's kind of hard and worrisome at all?
I mean, it's a blessing and a burden all in the same thing. And you're basically overnight turned into, you're put on a pedestal because everyone thinks you're, a hero. And, my personal belief is I never look at myself as a hero. My definition of heroes are those that don't come home. And so to hear people call you that, it's like, no, I was a warrior. I was a soldier. That's what I was. The actions that day, I've only had I've been wearing the medal since 2013. When I look back, what I did that day was easier than what I do every day wearing it. The burden.
Boom. That's fucking
yeah.
The burden of 8 guys that didn't come home. I'd trade any accolades, any attention, anything possible to have one more beer with any one of those guys. But that's not possible. That's the reality of it. But to now be able to share their story, to make sure they're immortalized, never forgotten, because that's the biggest tragedy in the world is when our heroes are forgotten.
But I think, and ultimately, like we talked about that earlier, like Ross. So the MOH, like from what I've, and I have no understanding because I've never even come close to that kind of sacrifice. But like, you're in a good position, but it's hard because you come overnight, and it's the whole like societal thing we're talking about. It's like fucking Susie Homemaker that makes cookies that's 60 years old thinks a Medal of Honor recipient should be fucking, looking like goddamn, I don't know, Captain America. And it's like, it's hard for people to identify and then be like, well, why is he drinking whiskey saying fuck?
Yeah. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. It's not a lifetime achievement award. It's not a popularity contest. No. It's for a specific action.
You had the worst day of your life and you were fucking valorous. You were a fucking man and you did your best to save your friends, which is like, obviously, one of the legendary. I mean, that's why it's fucking awesome. But then, I can't imagine, man. And I guess what the point I'm making is, it's like it could be really hard. But then again, what I was talking about earlier, like you've taken that opportunity to be like, how can I use where I'm at in life to remember the dudes that like the other guys that didn't fucking make it home? Yeah. How about I use my fucking celebrity status to, hey, this is their story. This is their family. This is what they died. Hey, Ryan or whoever, he hated fucking veggie MREs. Like, that's fun. Those are fun facts that like should be in the book, and like people love about that, man.
And it really kind of goes back to what we were talking earlier today with veterans and some of the things you see are going on. For me, receiving the medal is not my defining moment in life. My defining moment will be what my kids do when they grow up. And I think we kind of get stuck as veterans in these little ruts of, this is what I am now. This is what I have to resort back to. And no, we got to keep pushing forward. We got to take that next step. We got to improve ourselves or those around us. Or if not, we're going to be that silent majority that's going to continue to get ignored. And that's what I hope to do without, drinking too much whiskey and getting arrested every other weekend.
Yeah, no, look, from our standpoint, it's humbling to have you on the show. I mean, if you look at Jared, his hardest moment in life was when McDonald's wasn't serving breakfast all day. So,
goddamn Jimmy Jones.
Rebel.
So let me ask you this, Clint. Out of all the people you've gotten to meet, who's the coolest person you got to meet as a benefit of having the award?
I had a mustache contest with Tom Selleck.
No way.
Did you really?
I dominated him.
Yeah, your mustache is legendary, bro.
Did he say so? Did he give you a shout out?
Well, no, he defended himself with saying, "Well, I'm still filming Blue Blood, so I have to keep it within copy regulations." And I said, "Whatever, Quigley." But no, super cool guy though. I mean, he was pretty epic. I mean, the other things, I think the next most memorable, really the most memorable experiences is two of my team leaders and one of my lieutenant. They're all from Minnesota, huge hockey fans, huge Minnesota Wild fans, and I had the opportunity to take them to a Minnesota Wild game and meet the team, and to be able to see the looks on their faces, to be able to experience something like that. Now that I had the ability to kind of share that back with them, that was just so fucking rad. I mean, just to see them be little schoolgirls around some of those hockey players and being from Minnesota, that makes it worth it. Absolutely.
It's fucking rad.
That's really great. And you're friends in real life. Just tell everybody at home. In real life, you're really good friends with Leroy, correct?
Yes. Yep. Me and Leroy. Actually, we were just together down in Florida here a couple of weeks ago with one of the nonprofits we support.
You gotta love Leroy. Whiskey's kicking in.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros. Welcome to Drinkin Bros, Matthew.
You know, I just mispronouncing fucking MOH fucking names,
old Leroy, dude. You just you pronounced him like an 8-year-old Asian. An 8-year-old Asian. Hi, Leroy.
Hello.
Let me ask you this. I got one more question for you, Clint. I've heard there is a rivalry among some of the MOH guys. Is that true?
A rivalry?
Well, it's more of like a dick measuring competition. It's like not like metaphorically, literally.
Literally, I mean,
literally. Which sucks because Clint's dick is way bigger than mine.
That's you don't know. I pull my measurement from my belly button every time.
No, but we were comparing them tip to tip. We were docking.
Oh, we were jousting earlier, but
What?
Yeah, but I heard the MOH guys like to say who's braver. We had that in the script at one point in Range 15. Do you guys sit around and talk about that? Because that was the rumor going around.
You know what's really actually funny is when the recipients get together at least once a year for a big convention and stuff. And the first time I went to the convention in 2013, I was just at awe that I was in the same room with 50 other Medal of Honor recipients. I don't think there was one war story told that entire 5 days we were together. We talked about our families. We talked about stuff we were doing in life. And that was, I was scared shitless because I said never in a million years did I think I'd meet a recipient, let alone be one. And the one chance I did have of meeting a recipient, me and my buddies got drunk at the squadron ball. The commander kicked us out.
Dude, it's funny you say that. So Ross and I are working on a book project, and it's like in the opening chapter where it's like when you meet the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, at least in my experience, like dudes that I'm like, God damn, that guy's amazing. They don't tell war stories. They're like, how are your kids, bro? Yep. Oh, fish might be a little overcooked. You want a Coors Light? And you're like, I would never fuck with that dude. He would fuck me up twice, then fuck my wife, then kill me again. So yeah, I think that's a testament to humility, and it goes back to the whole thing. So that's awesome, man. I'm just happy to have you in the fucking show. We should talk about whiskey now,
Yeah, I know.
Lighten this motherfucker up, dude.
Let's lighten it up.
Speaking of whiskey.
Where can everybody get the book, by the way? Clint, where can everybody get a copy of the book?
It's available on Amazon. Barnes & Noble carries it. I think Costco carries it.
And what's the name of the book?
The name of the book is Red Platoon, A True Story of American Valor, unless you're buying it in the UK, and then they got some weird title on it. But I prefer the audio version, and I recommend that for all the Marine listeners out there. The audio version is the way to go.
There it is.
Do you do it? Do you do the audio version? Is it you?
Well, I do parts of it. And then there's those 4-syllable words that just fuck me up. So
because I mean that
worst 3 days of my life was doing that. The audio, I did like the prologue, the notes, and literally the director would say, "Just read it like you would normally." Well, I apparently, when I see contraction words, I say the whole thing. Like instead of can't, I say cannot when I read it. And even though I know you're listening to the audiobook and you're not following along because we don't have the tape for Teddy Ruxpin for you to do this on.
Right.
Oh yeah, every time I'd say cannot, it'd be like, "Oh, hold on, stop. We need to go back."
Oh, you have to say can't.
What?
I gotta say can't. And
Yeah.
I have an accent, and I did not realize that I say especially incorrectly.
Especially.
Interesting.
I say-
especially.
And doing an audiobook is harder than
Semantics.
people think it
Right.
is. It's
Oh,
about
yeah.
8
It's
hours
like,
a
I just gotta
day.
read.
If you're doing the full book, it's about 8 hours a
Oh.
day for about 6 to 7 days, and they stop you if you miss one
yeah.
word. It's
And you restart from the get.
yeah,
that's
oh yeah,
brutal.
yeah.
Ross, I told you that when we did the ADR, which is like the voiceovers for Range 15, that was the hardest like experience for me as, I don't want to say an actor, but like doing that. That was fucking brutal because acting, I'm like, I'll just fucking yell during the camera, whatever. But ADR, trying to match those lines with your voice and then recreate that, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I was sucking in the booth. I was like, don't go over there. It's like Ross is like, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
man.
need you to say, don't go there. I'm like, don't go there. Fucking horrible, horrible.
Yeah, imagine reading the words to the book that you wrote, and then listening to somebody else telling you you're reading it wrong. You literally
Right?
just want
Yeah.
to go fuck
Oh.
yourself, dude.
Clint, you said
And the
you
guy
said that wrong.
and the guy was doing it on Skype too, and we didn't have the best connection.
Oh shit.
So of course, then you get the lag, and he thinks, yeah, that was the one time in my life where I'm like, oh man, I'd rather be on a road march right now with no shoes on.
Never.
I'd rather take a glass tube and shove it up my pee hole and then douse fucking Tabasco sauce down it.
Dude, can you imagine?
So
if-
it was pretty bad.
Can
I'm
you
not-
imagine if someone stuck like a glass test tube in your urethra, then
And then
hammered
smashed
your
it?
dick on the tip
And just
snapped
snapped
it
it?
inside, and then you had a piss? God, that would be bad.
or a fiberglass rod where it fucking
Oh, the glass. Oh
fragment.
man,
Little-
that's bad. That's bad.
That's-
wow.
God damn,
So,
that would be awful. Hey,
so,
way to end the
yeah.
show, though. You
So,
ended it
interesting,
strong.
yeah.
It was a real
We
strong
thought we'd
ending.
escalate it quickly.
Carl did just stop in and say hi. He did just come in and say hi, get a little quick pats on the head, and
I
then
know.
roll out.
We
That's all
should
I
make
did.
this. We should make this an hour episode, just because we got one episode with Mr. Clint. Extend it a little bit. We should have
Extend
little drunk times.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
push
yeah.
it out.
I'm got a good buzz on. I got to get up in 5 hours for a fucking flight.
5 hours.
Let's make it weird. You
Yeah,
know?
why
do it.
not?
Let's do
Why
this.
not? Clint, what's the most fucked up you've ever gotten in your entire life?
Oh man, that was actually probably only a couple of weeks ago.
Glenlivet 25.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know it. I know
I
it.
was drinking an entire bottle of Glenlivet 25, which is Probably
Glenn,
the most
Glenlivet will take you
expensive-
down every time, though.
yeah, but it's 25,
Yeah,
which
it's a
is
$1,000
bottle.
That's how.
And then I was taking polls from Louis the 13th, and then we went to the Tim McGraw concert, which I was drinking Bud Lights, and then I had 6 hours of unaccountable time.
I know
always
exactly.
good.
I know exactly when that was. Actually, I'm going to say NRA convention.
No, this was for
Oh,
the football
man.
the football Hall of Fame.
Golly,
This is my
Yeah, we're
nephew's
doing-
preschool gathering. It was his first day of school.
That
I
was
showed
the
up
first day
drunk.
of school.
Well, the
That
last
bullet's not
time,
bad.
see, and I should have learned because the last time I got messed up on scotch was Easter, or the day before Easter 2 years ago. My buddy had just had a baby, and so we had a big baby shower for him because, the guys always get fucked over when it comes for girly shit like
course.
that. And so I had a bottle of scotch I brought over there, and then I had to go on a trip. And so I didn't actually get to celebrate it with him, but I came back, went out there for the weekend to see how he was. And it was, fucking Saturday before Easter Sunday. And we polished that fucking bottle off, plus about a half a case of beer. And I remember waking up on his couch with my phone just blowing up from my wife that was wondering if Dad was going to come home for Easter Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Oh, yeah, that was, fuck you, Scotch. You're so delicious, though.
Fuck you, Scotch.
Scotch is a hard one. Scotch is a real hard one. What about you, Evan Hafer? What's the drunkest you've ever been?
Ooh, that's pretty easy. It was 1997. It was a
So specific.
yeah.
So specific.
1997. It was a tequila sunrise evening at some estranged bar in Moscow, Idaho. I don't know. I would imagine I drank probably a gallon of those, and I woke up in a garbage can, not a dumpster, but a garbage can. And a dumpster would have been an upgrade, but the garbage can was exactly where I woke up at roughly sunrise, and this was probably June. And I woke up at sunrise in a garbage can, and I woke up, shook myself off, and walked down and grabbed a cup of coffee. That's exactly what I did in those clothes. And I don't remember 8 hours absolutely fucking 8 hours.
And you're
Oh,
like,
those are the
no
best.
one needs to know the story. But
Yeah.
then you told the story.
No, nobody knows that story except for you guys.
Really?
And Drinkin Bros
Oh,
now.
man.
Evidently,
Drinkin'
like,
Bros,
I don't
yeah.
know, 25, 30,000 people.
Look, Evan, I really like it. Matt, I dare to even ask you. I really dare to even ask this question. Because there's no way you have your number one, do you?
I don't know if I have a number one, man. I'm I'm a drinker. I get down.
Right.
I will say the weirdest one probably that just came to me. I don't know if I've told this on Drinkin Bros, but I literally got fucked up. I forgot the whole night. I woke up at about 4 a.m. With a beautiful, big-titted Asian girl slapping me, aggressive, like hitting me in the face, like domestic violence, hitting me in the face, waking me up, says, wake up. And I go, hi. And she goes, finally you're awake. Are you going to fuck me? And I was like, well, I don't. What? And the last thing I remembered was about 10 p.m. So that was an interesting one. The fact that you could go through that experience and not remember any of it.
Yeah,
But
look,
I'm not
if
proud
you
of those
get
moments.
beaten, if you get beaten by a female, that's a big one. That's a
Oh,
real big one.
she was teeing off. I mean, she was,
Chris
She's
Brown.
getting the hips and
she
everything
was
into it.
Tiger Woods' wife on the car there with the baseball bat on my face with her hands.
Wow.
So that's a weird analogy, but yeah.
So is that also the same moment you had the most just hardest erection in your life too?
I'm not really. I'm a dominant one, so not really. But it happened, and then I'm a mellow guy these days. I'm a whiskey drinker. I stay at home and do my thing, Ross.
I know you do. You're an upstanding citizen now, Matthew, and we're proud of you for that.
I don't know. Let's not go that far.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not go that
But
far.
we were talking about our drunkest stories.
Yeah, what's yours? I want to hear yours.
Mine was right before I went to college. I was in high school. There was a challenge to drink an entire bottle of Jack Daniels. That did go down, and then we ran buck naked around the security. There was a security in front of my friend's neighborhood. They called the police. We scattered.
Fucking frat boys.
Well, no. I wasn't in a fraternity. I was in high school. So they called the police. We scattered, but we were in a car and we couldn't get back to our car. The police surrounded the vehicle. So we had to walk 6.5 miles buck naked through neighborhoods, woods, streets, all the way back to someone's house. No covering whatsoever. And that's the longest. I want to say that
You were free.
Yeah, that was the longest I've
You were
ever
like
been.
Harambe,
free.
dude. You
Yeah.
were free.
It was like Naked and Afraid. That was the longest, probably 5.5 hours of being nude in my entire life.
We should invite someone weird on the podcast where they're like,
Right.
what's your weird drunk story? Like, oh man, this one time I got so fucked up, dude. I woke up, there was 9 dicks in my mouth. And I was like, I'm not
What?
gay, but I sucked
Sucked
them.
them.
You're like,
Yeah.
What?
I didn't make eye contact.
What? Say that again? That's when you need Jared, because that's where
Yeah.
Jared would go.
Jared's just
Or
like-
he would love the babysitter. He'd be like,
Yeah.
I just fell in. I cuddled her. She wanted to fuck.
It
but
was
I
a
just cuddled.
tornado. It was a fucking tornado, bro. Like, she was my sister. Fuck it.
Oh boy, Evan, that
Wow.
tornado
Right?
episode, by the way, because I named that episode. You know that, by the way,
Right.
Scared sister gets fucked by brother in tornado.
Exactly.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
aggressive.
The comments we've gotten from that are just
Over
holy
the top.
shit.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
welcome for
yeah,
Jared's service.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Boy, that we have an MOH guy and then we have Jared. So
Not to be
welcome.
confused with the pedophile from Subway.
No.
Yeah,
both
yeah.
both
Not
have an
that
affinity
Jared.
for
Not that
sandwiches, but that's it.
Well, shit, man. I want to say, Evan, you've been covering down, dude. Rocco and JT now have been busy, brother. So thanks for that. And then
They're busy.
Clint, fucking honor for you to be on the
Yeah,
podcast,
nah.
dude. Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys so much for letting me come here and bullshit some and fucking.
Dude, you came a lot.
a lot.
Well, it's because we locked eyes.
We did. Your beard,
Yeah,
your mustache is glorious. You know,
Beautiful.
it's
Hey, well, go buy Clint's book everywhere. Amazon, Barnes and Noble. He's an amazing man, and we're lucky to have him on the show. With that, we're going to get to the Drinkin Bro of the week.
Fuck
Yes.
The Drinkin Bro of the week is I just got back from Columbus, Ohio. There was a Drinkin Bro named Richard Denoff who not only bought shots for the entire screening of Range 15, but he was a wonderful host and had us all at his tailgate the following morning with his wife. And cooked bacon, egg, sausage for us. One of the most gracious hosts in a city that I didn't know we had any Drinkin Bros. So to Richard Denoff, thank you for having us. Thank you for hosting us at your tailgate.
And Richard, so you know, Ross called me the morning after, not the morning after pill, but he called me the morning after and said he told me that story
Right.
about you. So cheers to you, brother.
Yeah, man. So thank you. The Drinkin Bros community is only growing. It's getting stronger and stronger every day, and they're all over the nation. And it was a real pleasure to meet you. And thanks for having us. I really appreciate it. And for Clint, the hero,
Throwing you on the bus.
hero,
Back that thing
you're
up.
the most famous person we've ever had on the show, Clint. We appreciate you being on. For Clint, Matt, Evan, and Ross, we are out of here. Good night, everybody.
Freedom
Go buy
the
Clint's
fuck on.
book. It'll change your life.
Go
Good
Army,
night.
beat Navy.
Free Willy! Free Willy!